All right, everyone. Welcome to Streaming with the Mouse, our brand new podcast talking about everything Disney Plus. My name's Cameron, and joining me, we've got Cliff. Cliff, say hello to the nice people.
Hello, everyone.
Um, we're here to talk about all the things that come in Disney Plus that we're especially excited about and interested about. Just a little bit about myself. I'm a grad student at Bridgewater State. Cliff and I met when we were both undergrads at BSU. And we just both love everything Disney, whether it's Star Wars, Marvel, Disney animation, live action. And now with Disney Plus coming out here, we're going to have a whole new platform of so much awesome, amazing content coming from the world of Disney that we're going to get to talk about, Cliff.
Yeah, we're the definition of what would be a Disney nerd, as really that's pretty much what the life of us revolves around. So I'm also a grad student. I'm at Northeastern University, and like Cam said, we met as undergrads when we were RAs together, and really just it was always based around usually the talking would either be based around sports or Disney, and everyone likes to talk about sports. So we decided to try something new and go after the Disney podcast. And Disney decided to be nice and gift us with all these great things we can talk about. So you're going to be stuck with us for a while.
So much content. Now, where other podcasts might talk about everything under the sun Disney Plus, that's not going to be us. Like we said, we're both in grad school. We've got a lot going on. So we're going to talk about the things that interest us, and hopefully those interest you. So the way that this podcast is going to work is in the coming weeks before Disney Plus officially launches on November 12th, we're going to go more in depth about what we're excited about with each different property. So next week, we'll be talking about Star Wars, what we're excited about. The week after that, we'll be talking about what's coming from live action, whether it's movies or TV shows from Disney. Then the week after that, we'll go into some Marvel, what we're excited for. And we'll keep going on until that leads us up to November 12th when we officially launch Disney Plus streaming service. From there, we're going to start talking about one thing each week that we're excited about and that we're watching. So I've kind of brought it up a lot. We both love Star Wars. First 8 weeks is going to be the 8 episodes of The Mandalorian, which I know I'm super excited about. I know Cliff is super excited about. Cliff, we've been talking about this for how long on Facebook, like via Messenger?
Oh, yeah, it's been going on for a while. And especially it piqued my interest right away when they had Jon Favreau come in to write and direct all this. So that piqued my interest right away. And then as soon as they announced the casting list, it's like, okay, they're just trying to kill us Star Wars fans because they keep adding new and better things for us.
Yeah, not even just the actors. Think about the directors coming in. You got Taika, you got I think Favreau, Filoni. Yeah, like you have all these amazing directors coming in to put together what looks like to be one of the most anticipated Star Wars shows I think it's one of the first Star Wars shows ever. So it's gonna be great.
It's the first live action Star Wars show ever. And I think the interesting thing that piqued it was like the most shocking, like jaw-dropping thing, because Disney has a lot of money. We all know that.
Tons.
But yeah, tons. More money than God. And when we look at this, they were kind of like competing for like, okay, how do you make a live action Star Wars TV show? It's so expensive. And we're both Game of Thrones fans now that it's over. And I just remember it was like, oh my God, they're spending $5 million per episode. They're spending $8 million, and it kept going up and up. And then there was some report that came out, and it's like each Mandalorian episode costs like northbound of $15 million an episode.
It's like more than a movie, almost.
It's more than a movie, and that's going to be the interesting thing, because my guess would be each show's going to be about roughly an hour, maybe longer, maybe a little bit less. But it's the same thing with Game of Thrones. It's a good way HBO created stuff, which was based around, hey, here's enough money to make a movie. It's cheaper than a movie. Well, not anymore. And here you go. You get it weekly. So that's going to be the fun thing, is that we're going to get a mini movie every week with these brand new characters. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. Now that might be a little bit about Mandalorian. We'll get more into that when we go into our in-depth preview of Star Wars. But we're very excited because that's going to be one of our first main shows. We're going to be talking about the Mandalorian, and we'll go from there. So each week we'll be recapping an episode of Mandalorian to start off, and then after that, whatever Disney wants to give us, whether it's documentaries or some animated stuff, or we get into fall 2020 next year where we get some of the MCU aspects coming in Disney Plus. We'll get it all into that. But Cliff, just to wrap up this little intro show and tell people what we're all about, just for them to get to know us a little bit, what are you most excited about coming from Disney Plus?
Well, most excited. That's where it kind of gets interesting, because everyone at the moment seems to be saying it's the Mandalorian. This is all these amazing things, and absolutely, I'm very excited for the Mandalorian. I already bought the Mandalorian Funko. I'm ready for it. But
Tons. Yep.
personally, and I think people kind of keep forgetting that it's coming. I am most excited for the resurgence and final season of the Clone Wars animated
Mhm.
TV show, because when that came out, I was in middle school. So, being a Star Wars nerd, I could continue that with the Clone Wars, and I've already been rewatching it, and I just know where it's going. And luckily, we've kind of seen the hint for
Yeah.
what this final season is going to be, with the Ahsoka novel being very similar. You're going to find out about
Mhm.
how Ahsoka and Anakin have one more kind of communication before his transformation to Darth Vader. So it's going to be really fun to see. Personally, my one of my top three favorite characters in Star Wars being Ahsoka, and seeing her kind of at the end fighting Maul at on Mandalore, and kind of the liberation of Mandalore into how the Empire takes it over. So that's going to be personally my favorite thing. And then also, me being a Disney kid growing up, getting to see my old shows like Chip 'n Dale Rescue Rangers and all these
Mhm.
old shows that I
All the Saturday
absolutely
mornings.
loved. All the Saturday morning, oh my God, we get to see these again.
Yeah.
And Disney just knows really how to take your money, but they're also offering it in an affordable way.
Absolutely. No, and everything you said about Clone Wars, I'm super excited about too. I remember when I was a kid, after episode 3 came out, I thought there would be never like any more Star Wars ever again. And also, we got gifted with the Clone Wars, and we got to see everything that happened between that awful episode 2 movie and Revenge of the Sith. And yeah, Ahsoka is easily a top 5 Star Wars character for mine. So to see her story close out in this arc of her time, because obviously she comes back in Rebels. It's gonna be cool to see that. But no, and I share your excitement too for the Saturday morning cartoons. I love Chip and Dale. Um, it was like one of my favorite shows. I still think I have it on DVD, which even though I have it on DVD, I'm still super excited. It's gonna be coming out on Disney Plus, so I can watch it wherever I go. For me, however, I'm gonna dip a little bit into something different. So what I'm most excited about is two things. So I'm super excited about the documentary that they're doing about the Disney parks. I love the Disney parks. I've been going ever since I was 5 years old. My family, I've been there 27 times now. So to get to see like the behind the scenes of the Disney parks and the people that work there, I'm super excited for that. So that's one thing. Second thing I'm super excited for comes out of the MCU. I'm so pumped for WandaVision because I have no idea what the hell is going to happen. And supposedly it's going to tie right into Doctor Strange to, what's it, the Multiverse of Mayhem or something like that.
Gonna be
Some long title.
it's gonna be unlike WandaVision's gonna be a show unlike anything I think we've seen on television before.
Yeah, and it's going to tie right into that movie. And obviously, in the MCU right now, spoiler alert, hopefully it's not, Vision's dead. So it's going to be so cool to see how they take that, if it's a parallel universe. And they haven't really released much besides the artwork that came out, I think, at D23, where it's Vision and Wanda sitting on the couch, and in the shadows, you see like Wanda's like traditional comic book costume, like of her wearing it, and you see the little hole in the where the Soul Stone would have gone, which makes not Soul Stone. I'm sorry, the Mind Stone, which makes no sense because that that's just gone too right now because Thanos snapped that. So that's going to be super interesting to see where that show goes, how it takes Wanda and Vision's relationship, and how that connects back to mainstream cinematic MCU for the actual movie sides as opposed to the Disney Plus side. But no, I don't think we could have asked for a better slate of different products, whether it's from Disney animation, Disney documentaries, Marvel, Star Wars. We are so blessed to be living in the year 2019 with this coming out as Disney fans.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just WandaVision is gonna be this main big thing we're gonna see. That I think Disney's done the right thing in the sense, and it also ties back to Feige being smart, like probably one of the smartest businessmen of the past 10 years, or
Hands down.
yeah, 10 years,
Yeah.
where there is such a thing as Marvel fatigue for people that aren't so utterly obsessed with these sort of things, and even at a
Those
point, it's
people are
like
wrong, by the way, Cliff.
they absolutely, but it's just you just see it come, and it is a lot because you're like, oh my God, I have this movie coming out, this movie coming out, this movie coming out. Then you think about the money and all this, and it's just funny every year, kind of seeing people like, oh my God, it's like a combined like $200 worth of seeing footage every year, and they're kind of taking this mini break from Marvel, and they're focusing it on Star Wars because it's the final Skywalker,
Yeah.
and all these things, then the Mandalorian, and it's just, to me personally, I'm guessing the Mandalorian is going to get more than one season. But for me personally, it is nice to see, as a Star Wars fan, them kind of wrapping up the Skywalker era into this
Mm-hmm.
nice big bow and getting rid of it. Like kind of like saying, okay, we are finally done with this.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're going to see what happens. I could picture Disney down the line, especially if Disney Plus takes off, switching to there's going to be certain movies pre-released only on Disney Plus. You might get a Star Wars trilogy only on Disney Plus, a
That'd
certain
be
Marvel
incredible.
movie only here and there. And I mean, we've already started to see the blowback of Disney Plus, where they were going to make the it wasn't West Coast Avengers, but it was going to be introduced Squirrel Girl and a bunch
Mm-hmm.
of those characters on Freeform. And I heard something, I'm not completely positive, but I'm pretty sure they canceled it, which is
Yeah, they
sad.
did.
They
They
did
did, like, I feel
cancel
like a
it.
month and a half ago, something like
They,
that. I feel like that
and
came out.
and so it might get moved to something on Disney Plus, but
Mm-hmm.
you can already start seeing the blowback where everything is going to start. We're in the age of the video streaming war,
Yeah.
which isn't what it was meant to be. But Disney getting involved in this is kind of gonna, I think, gonna change the landscape of what we see and how original content is produced. And it starts with Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Netflix and Hulu, I think they took up the torch for it, and now Disney's just taking that torch away from them, and they're gonna run away with how streaming is gonna be done, how to cross promote different aspects, whether it is going from streaming to actual cinematic experiences in a movie theater. I think there's no better example than what they're gonna do with the MCU and Star Wars on that aspect. So I'm excited to see what they do with even the animation stuff, like even animation, like um, I think they're making like a Monsters Inc. or Monsters University or Monsters Inc. like
They
TV show or
are,
something like
yeah.
that.
They brought
Like,
and
so
they
they're bringing
brought
stuff
back
in the movie, bringing them back in here, and they're gonna, I mean, not that Monsters Inc. canon is like at the same level as Marvel or Star Wars, but they're gonna do stuff in the canon of Monsters University or Monsters Inc., whichever one of the two. And they're doing that for a few other shows too. But yeah, so
I
that's what we've got just for this little preview episode.
well, and I'll
Cliff, you
add a
got any
little.
final thoughts?
Yeah, I'll add a little shameless plug for Disney just so they can get off the bat liking us. If you want to follow our journey through the Disney Plus timeline, you can buy the bundle of Disney Plus that comes with Hulu with limited commercials and ESPN Plus for a discounted subscription of $13 a month. Or if you want to wait and just get Disney Plus, you can get that online already for $7 a month, or $70 for the full year. So you can play a lump sum $70 and save about $1 per month. So up to
Yeah,
you for that. So you can follow our journey and listen to us talk about our personal opinions of the show, which is, I know, is always a fun thing to do. But it's always
riveting.
going to be very nice because when you're such big nerds, it works.
Yeah, no, for sure. And with that too, I still think Disney's doing some of the promotions where you buy it for like the 3 years or something like that, like 3 year guarantee. I've still seen some advertisements for it on Facebook and whatnot that you can like do a contract for 3 years saying, "Yep, I'm going to be signed up for Disney Plus," and it's still a little bit cheaper. I know that's what I did, being a D23 member, so made it a little bit
That's what
more
I have to
affordable.
invest in.
And yeah, it's good, it's good. But yeah, so. Cliff, where can people find you on Twitter if they want to talk to you about all the shows coming to Disney Plus?
So if you want to talk to me on Twitter, well, I have two Twitter accounts, but I would say probably find me on my less professional Twitter account that won't only talk about my computer science. So you can find me at CPRobinson81. It's spelled exactly how you'd think it would be, and you can find me there. What about you?
Nice. For myself, I'm at Cam Ramos 95 on Twitter. And also, don't be afraid to follow the pod on Twitter. I just started this up. Hasn't been too much content yet, but as we get more episodes under the belt, there'll be more. On Twitter, we're at Stream the Mouse, spelled exactly how you would think it'd be for Streaming the Mouse. Unfortunately, I couldn't put the ing because, character limit, but at Stream the Mouse is our Twitter handle. So we'd love for you to follow that. Follow us on social media. We're going to be talking so many different nerd things between Disney Plus and even outside of Disney Plus, whether it's like DC Comics or something like that, or really anything under the sun. We're going to be talking about nerd stuff. So thanks everybody for joining us on our first episode of Streaming with the Mouse. I'm Cam,
And I'm Cliff.
and I hope you have a magical day.
Have a good one, guys.